That's one, Roberto here for another video review. This time we have the Green and Black's Velvet Fruit Edition, orange. So basically, what does it say? Dark chocolate with a real fruit centre. There we go. And then orange in big letters there. So as you can see, it's kind of like basically dark chocolate covered, I guess, orange pieces. I'm not sure. It says it's indulgent fruit centre, delicately coated in rich, smooth dark chocolate. And it says with a real fruit centre. So I don't know what that means. Well, you assume it means there's a chunk of orange in the middle, but I'm not sure. Well, it's interesting if that's the case. I'm quite looking forward to these. Well, let's make one thing very clear. Really, I'm not generally someone who's into Cadbury's fruit and nut, or fruits and nuts and chocolate. For me, I'm not that bothered about at all. Really, I can eat them, and some of them taste quite nice actually. As I've been doing these reviews, I've noticed that some of them actually, are nice and I would happily have and voluntarily have as well over other things. But generally, I've not been a fruit and nut chocolate type person. I don't have chocolate raisins. I don't get those. I don't like them at all. Really, it's just not for me. So I'm a bit sceptical, but I'm interested. I'm interested. Yeah. So the Green and Black's brand, they've done this Velvet Edition, Velvet Edition chocolate, and basically I've struggled to sort of what's the word? To sort of be roped in with it really, because they look like soap. The chocolate, the wrappers. They look like these little free soaps you get in hotels and things. And they've just not been that great either. They've been a bit disappointing. So, but this one looks quite nice. I like the packaging. It doesn't look like soap. I guess it helps by the fact that it's in in this sort of bag. It looks quite nice. Yeah, I think it looks quite nice. Now, those you don't know, actually, Green and Black's was bought out by Cadbury, and now is owned. And Cadbury, of course, is owned by Mondelez. But if you look on the back, you'll not see any name or mention of Cadbury or Mondelez. You did do back in the past, because that's how I found it out. Because I saw on the back, it said Cadbury at one point. This was, I don't know when it was, but there's no mention of Cadbury or Mondelez at all. But I did have a check yesterday on Wikipedia, and yeah, they are owned by Mondelez. So there you go. So we've got a lot of blurb on the black. Green and Black source cocoa through Cocoa Life. Oh, here we go. So it actually explains what Cocoa Life is in this case. It doesn't on any of the other things I mentioned it. A global program that invests in sustainable farming. Our partnerships improve the lives of cocoa farming communities, empower women, and inspire the next generation to secure a better future for all. Learn more at cocolife.org. Okay, so that's quite a prominent thing. I've never seen anything specifically mentioned empowering women before, so I don't know if that means Green and Black's is usually purchased by women, or whether and they felt the need to say that, or whether just a shift in the way things are these days. So anyway, nice that they've said it. And we do get like little official explanation of what it is, and it's very succinct. Dark chocolate with fruit centres. There we go. So there we are. And it also gives you a lot of shenanigans about Green and Black's as well. So Green and Black, so we've got quite a lot really on the back here. So you can clearly see this is why they don't mention Mondelez at all, because the brand is very important to them, and there's the whole thing on the back is basically about how ethical they are and stuff like this. So yeah. I mean, should I read it? Well, why not? Green and Black's create delicious, ethically sourced chocolate from the finest ingredients. Our taste specialists have crafted this dark chocolate using a delicate character and soft texture of the finest Ghanaian cocoa balanced with sweet Madagascan vanilla. So there you go. Don't mention anything about air miles, does it there? But let's gloss over that, shall we? Velvet Fruit expertly combines Green and Black smooth dark chocolate with a real fruit centre. The mouth-watering taste of zesty oranges balances perfectly with a rich chocolate, bringing a uniquely indulgent chocolate experience. So Green and Black's green symbolises our commitment to ethically sourced cocoa. Black stands for high quality and delicious taste of our chocolates. There you go. So, alright. I don't know if that's true, whether it's literally some guy called Green and some guy called Black, or a lady called Green and a guy called Black, or whatever. But that's what they're trying to say here. It's, the green is being environment friendly, and the black is the quality of the chocolate. So there we go. I didn't know that. There we go. Sounds a bit too convenient, that, but you never know. There we go. Finest, blah, blah, blah. Ingredients, ethical cocoa. There we are, yes. So calorie-wise, per 8 pieces. So the whole thing is 120 grams. It's got per 100 grams here. We've got per 8 pieces, so 130 calories, some 4 grams of fats, 4.4 of which are saturates. So it looks to be roughly So I mean, it's well, basically there's 120. Well, yeah. So what's 5 times 26? Does anyone know? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So it's probably roughly. There's probably roughly 8, 16, 20, 30, well, 40. Yeah, 40. 40 pieces in here roughly. Okay, let's give it up. I think we've talked a lot about ethical stuff. Now, I like this. It's got one of these bags that reseal themselves. These are the kind of bags I like. Now, these probably aren't environmentally friendly. I mean, we've just been speaking about how ethical they are, but I imagine a whole bag probably. Well, let's see. It does say recycle on it. Yep, so maybe it is recyclable. So there we go. Now, there's a lovely, there's a nice smell coming from these. Now, of course, the bag is basically, well, I don't know if you can see that. Let's get my trusty torch. The battery's close to me now, but there you go. You can see it's there's not much in there, is it? Let's face it. Yeah, so there we go. So that does annoy me a bit, really, the way they do this. But I guess they have to do it because one company makes a big bag. You know, there you go. So what did I say? I reckon there's 40 of these, didn't I? So they look quite nice. They're all uniform size. And I said there's 40. It's going to be impossible to keep these together. Oh dear. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know why I do this, really. No one's probably bothered. But there's 10 there. I'll try and 15, 20. 25, 30, 36. So it's 36. It wasn't too far out. There's 36 in the thing. Which is quite good because it divides into 8, doesn't it? 8, 16, 21, 32. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Oh, well, 8, 16, 21, 32. Yeah, 40. Yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't. No, it doesn't come close. It would have been good if there was 40 pieces because that would have meant there was actually the things on the back made a bit more sense per 8 things. So there we go. So it goes into 9, doesn't it? 9, 6, yeah. Okay. So if you add an 8 onto the calorie count and you eat a bunch of 9, then you've got your exact things there. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Right. So okay. So I think we're up for. Well, let's give them a measure, shall we? Why not? Just to. Let's say they're all spheres, so should hopefully be roughly the same. About 1.5 centimetre diameter. I will say they're all quite uniform, which is good. I think that's a good sign. Although sometimes you do get knobbly ones in other chocolates, and they can be quite nice as well because it means you can get ones with bigger, more amounts of chocolate and stuff like that. Okay, so let's cut one in half. Careful. Okay, so it softly cuts. Okay, so that isn't a segment of orange in there. I can tell you that for straight away. I think it probably would be orange coloured if it wasn't for the fact that they was covered in chocolate. That's not helping, is it? But I can see this one here very much has an orange tint to it. I don't know if you can tell really. You probably can't tell on the camera, but it does. I noticed this with one of the when I was reviewing some of the Vedel's Jaffa cakes. They all look quite dark, and I was complaining about how it didn't look like it did on the packaging, but it's because of the chocolate. So yeah, so there you go, clearly orange there. So what you've possibly got here, now might make it sound worse than it is, but it's basically probably something not too dissimilar to a Jaffa cake filling. Okay, so there we go. It feels weird. It has a very dry texture to it, I have to say, so maybe I might be doing a bit of a disservice. Okay, so there we go, we see what it looks like. Hello one. So yeah, basically there's a few others in this range. I should have said before. There is raspberry, and I think blueberry as well. I managed to get my hands on the raspberry one. I've not got the blueberry one yet, so I'm going to do the raspberry review after this. I think they're the only 3 at the moment, but they might do more. Okay, so let's give it a taste. Yeah, very fruity, nice and fruity. Isn't a million miles away from the Jaffa cake taste, to be honest with you. I would say just a bit chewier, but it's nice. I think if you're someone who doesn't like fruit in chocolate, I don't think this will matter. I think this doesn't really taste, obviously tastes orangey, but it has that sort of Jaffa cake consistency. I did forget to try and work out, I mean, per 8 pieces. I should have given you calories per thing, shouldn't I? So I'll probably would have retrospectively put a caption per chocolate. Yeah, give myself more work, why not? Yeah, so I like these actually, yeah. And I think they, quite chewy. The chocolate's nice. Not too bitter or dark chocolate either. Tastes quite indulgent, I'd say. It's offset quite well with the tanginess of the orange. The orange doesn't taste sweet. It's a bit like a jelly sweet, really, but it does have a more of a tangy taste rather than a sweet taste. I nibbled into it there, so it's not massively dissimilar, as I say, to a Jaffa Cake centre, but it's just a bit chewier. And you can see how I'm chewing. The Jaffa Cakes you don't really chew them. This I'm chewing. It's It's not bad actually. Can you imagine these being in like a pack of? You could just imagine a pack of a sort of sweet fruit variety of these sort of jellied sweets or whatever. So what does it say? Does it actually give you any? So what's it got? Fruit pieces, concentrated apple puree, 13%. Concentrated apple juice, 11%. Concentrated orange juice, 2%. So it's like these. I don't know what else is it. There's not much percent there, maybe 25 or something. It's like these drinks you get, when you've got like you go for an orange juice drink or whatever, and you actually read the ingredients and it's mostly apple, and it's the same with this really. They just put loads of apple in it. Apple puree 13%, apple juice 11%. That's concentrated apple juice, and concentrated orange juice 2%. So very strange that. I'm not sure how much of this is actually orange. Well, 2%. It does taste orangey, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Look, it's orange coloured. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I didn't think, when I was eating, I'm not eating orange. I don't know, it tastes fruity anyway. It has a tangy taste to it, I think is the gist of it. It just has a tangy taste. And I guess orange has a tangy taste. So that's kind of why you think, it tastes of orange. But it probably doesn't really taste of orange. But it tastes nice. But yeah, it's not, I wouldn't say this is, I don't feel like I'm eating segments of orange, let's put it that way. I mean, it's not juicy, it's chewy. It's chewy. It's chewy. Basically, it's a chewy sensor. But they're nice. I like them. And I think you probably couldn't really have a segment of orange covered in chocolate, really, because it'd just be all water, wouldn't it? And it wouldn't be very good. It's questionable as to how much of this really is orange. I say it seems to be mainly made up of apple, but it does give you the illusion of tasting slightly orangey anyway. I mean, slightly, I would say. I'd say it slightly tastes of orange. But it's more like orange than anything else. But why don't just do apple-filled ones? I don't know. People don't really consider apples as being, even though it's mainly apple. I guess you don't think about it, do you? You don't really think, let's have some chocolate-covered apples. I guess you have toffee apples, don't you? But I'm not really sure. So if they did an apple flavour of this, whether it tastes much different, I don't know. Probably not too much. But yeah, there's a bit I had before. Yeah, it tastes of fruit, basically. I don't think it particularly tastes of orange. I think the fact that it's tangy gives you the sort of illusion of tasting of orange, and you think you're expecting orange because it's, comes in this. So, yeah, I don't know. Questionable, but nice. I think they're nice. I like them. I think 4 out of 5, I think. They're just nice. They're different. They're not like anything else. They're quite nice and chewy. I quite like that. I like the fact that they last a long time. You're chewing them. I think they look nice, they smell nice, the chocolate's nice. It's not an overly bitter dark chocolate. It's just about right, really. It just accompanies the taste really well. So I think if you're not a dark chocolate fan, I don't think you'd mind. I think all in all, I think they've done a good job here. I quite like these. I was expecting to not be too I think if they were too real, I think for me is to just I probably wouldn't like them as much. Like you get those chocolate covered raisins, they're very much literally just raisins, aren't they? But this is not like any. It's not like a dried orange or anything like that. So you might be disappointed if that's what you're expecting, I think. But I quite like them. As I say, it is as orange as perhaps a Jaffa cake is orange. The sense of that really. So bear that in mind. I don't feel it's too authentic an orange taste or whatever. But there does appear to be something in there. Whether it's apple or orange, I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure it's apple. but there we go. It's not bad. I quite like them. Let's say if you can overlook all that sort of questionable as to how actual authentic they are. 4 out of 5. There we go. Nice all round, I'd say. Right guys, well, we did a review. If I want you to subscribe to my videos, follow me on Instagram, watch more videos of course. Feel free to leave comments as well. It's always great to hear from you, and I'll see you next time. Take care everyone, see you later. Bye. See ya. Oh, I'm going to review these in a second as well. There we go. Go watch that. See ya.